Hi, this is Michael Rubin, and today we're going to continue learning about the draw bends from holes 1 through 6. The other day we figured out the names of the bends in holes 1 through 3. Now we're going to look at hole number 4. 4 blow is C and 4 draw is D. It's the exact same as 1 blow. So here's 1 blow, 1 draw. Here's 4 blow, 4 draw. See how they're the same. They're only an octave, but they're an octave higher. They're higher in pitch. So we're going to bend from the draw note D, hit the note that's in between the blow note and the draw note, C sharp, then blow on C. So draw D, bend C sharp, blow C. Now we're going to skip over 5 for a minute, and you'll understand why. It's a little more complex. We're going to get to it in a second. 6 draw is A, 6 blow is G. What's in between A and G? The black key, A flat or G sharp. So 6 draw is A, 6 bend is A flat, 6 blow is G. Now 5 draw is where it gets weird. 5 blow is the note E, 5 draw is the note F. There is no black key between E and F. But when I bend on 5 draw, it makes a sound. High, low. And when I bend, then draw, then blow, it continues to descend. High, low, lowest. So there is a sound that is in between E and F, and this sound is not on the keyboard. If you remember, my second rule of bending says bending will always create a note or a sound that is in between the blow note and the draw note. This sound is called a quarter tone. And when you look at the keyboard, or a quarter note, when you look at the keyboard you wonder, no, not really a quarter note, that's more of a timing thing. Skip that. When you look at the keyboard, there's no space in between E and F. But when you look at like a stand-up bass, here's an F, here's an E, and the string's going here, you can see there's space in between them. And really you could just divide and divide and divide. There's always space in between two sounds. So, in the Western world, Europe and America, we tend to disdain quarter tones. If you were to play it in the symphony orchestra, you'd get kicked out. But in the Eastern world, Middle East, China, India, they love it. They've named the quarter tones, they know how to write them down. The Chinese opera, the harp has 500 strings and it takes a half an hour to tune up before the show starts. And in the blues world in America, we love 5 bend. We've embraced it. But you have to really consider, what style of music am I playing? Is it a music of perfection or a music of more feeling and imperfection? So like what works in blues is not going to work in classical music. Now let's consider, if you will, hole number 1 draw. 1 draw is D, 1 bend is C sharp, and 1 blow is C. Well, just because you're bending does not guarantee you're going to be perfectly on pitch. You may be hitting the quarter tone that is in between C sharp and D, a little higher. You may be hitting the quarter tone that is in between C sharp and C, a little lower. Some harmonica players will intentionally play these in-between tones for inflection and feeling. Other harmonica players are very serious about being perfectly on pitch all of the time. And they will recommend you buy a very expensive tuner called a strobe tuner and a very nice keyboard and match your pitches and look at this tuner and, hole yourself up in the cave all day and work on your bends. Other performers take more of the reasonably on pitch attitude and they get themselves a tuner to work on their bends, but it's not the $500 strobe tuner, it's the $30 chromatic tuner with a microphone that you can get at any guitar shop or music shop. So if you look here in the upper right hand corner, I'm going to play 1 draw and it will say D, and I'm going to bend C sharp. But as you can see, getting it perfectly on pitch, dead center C sharp, it's difficult. I didn't get it right away. So it's up to you, how serious do you want to take it? I mean, if you want to play really pretty music and classical music, I would definitely recommend going into the cave. If you're listening to Charlie McCoy and you're like, that's my guy, yeah, you got to get real serious about your bends. But personally, I believe that the harmonica is a party instrument. We're here to have fun, and but reasonably on pitch bends are very important. So spending a lot of time with the tuner and the keyboard is very valuable. But driving yourself crazy, I'm not really that kind of teacher. Okay, so next time we're going to do the blow bends, and see you soon.